Hello folks, welcome to Legacy IS Academy. In this video, we will be discussing a current affair topic presented to you by your faculty, Sushma KP. So what is the topic that we will be looking into today? A shocking breach. Trump officials leak Yemen attack plans in Signal chat. In this topic, when we will be discussing, usually I tell in the beginning of the class, listen to it like a story, listen to it like a story. This is an out and out story that you will have to be listening to. In this article, we will see as to how is it relevant to UPSC, that is a GS paper too. And one main thing you have to consider about this is how much can a breach of security be of cost to the international relations? Look at this. As the White House faces criticism over the blunder, questions remain about how such a mistake occurred and whether it could happen again. What exactly are they talking about? The Atlantic editor Jeffrey Goldberg says he was included in a private chat about the bombing of Houthi rebels in Yemen. Now, before we continue the topic, there's a small announcement from Legacy IS Academy where, for those of you working professionals or your graduating students who are still in final year of graduations, Lexi IS Academy has come up with a program wherein we offer weekend batches so that you can visualize your dream of civil service examinations. One main thing you would have to choose Lexi IS Academy is for its strict 40 member per batch policy so as to provide a personalized guiding from prelims, mains to interview, the entire process is handheld and hand guided with prelims mock tests, mains answer writing, interview mock panel interviews. At the same point of time, now you may be worrying whether my foundation is not right. I was not from science background. I wasn't from arts background. So for any of your questions, the answer is simple. Legacy IS Academy first offers you foundation course, that is NCRT courses, prepares your foundation well, and then does your advanced classes. If you wish to attend or see how the classes goes on, you can go to mobile app of your Lexi IS Academy and have instant access to the demo class, or you can even schedule one in the offline classes. More details of this is provided in the description box below. Do check that out. And for those of you who are writing prelims for 2025, Lex AIS Academy has come up with free all India mock test. Use this, see where your preparation is, make the necessary changes. Now, coming back to the topic. These are all the messages that was there in the private chat. What it is, I'll just explain it to you. Look at this. So these are all the numbers. Now, you listen to it exactly like a story only. There is something called as Houthis. As of now, I just need you to know that much. Now, this particular group of people who are having a major say in Yemen. The Houthis are rebels who are Yemen based and Iran backed. Okay? This section of people were attacking. Now assume this. This is Saudi Arabia. This is Yemen. In the map, it's all conjointed. Okay. This is a small stretch of your Mediterranean Sea, which is an important trade route if you have to go from Europe to the Asia. So this is the connection from your Europe to Asia. Now these Houthis have taken control of this portion of Yemen, which means anyone who passes, the trade ships, anything that comes here, they will shoot at it, or exorbitant premium levels of money has to be paid. Usually the one getting attacked are your US ships. They shoot at them. Understanding? This is your Houthis. This is one part of the story. Another part of the story is your Israel, Hamas, that is your Gaza area. Houthis stand for Palestinians getting Gaza, that is a homeland, or they are siding your Hamas. Your Israel attacked Hamas, which means your Houthis were also supporting the Hamas, also attacked Israel, attacks Hamas, Hamas attacks Israel. So this is onwards going on. To support this, your Houthis are also on the side of your Hamas. In between, they had stopped the shooting, the fightings, etc. when there was a ceasefire. Ceasefire was going on between your Hamas and Israel when they entered the ceasefire, the first stage. Then what happened? Both sides were claiming violation of ceasefire agreement. Part of the ceasefire agreement was hostage releases, which your Hamas had to release hostages. Another part of the ceasefire agreement was to allow humanitarian aid into Gaza. Okay, it was to allow humanitarian aid into Gaza. Both of them claimed that the ceasefire was violated, they were not doing properly. Now your Houthi started to attack again. Why? Because the ceasefire, which was to take place in the second phase, didn't happen. The ceasefire stopped, which means the war resumed between Israel and Hamas, which meant your Houthis also started attacking. Now, this USA, okay, President Donald Trump, they have been targeting Houthis for some time now. Okay, they were been targeting Houthis for some time now, telling that if they were warning Iran, they were warning this Iran guy, telling if you do not make these guys to stop, any bullet that will be fired by the Houthis will be considered as a bullet fired by Iran. Now, this Iran under your Barack Obama, former US president, they had tried to come up with a nuclear civilian deal. That was revoked by your US president Donald Trump in his first term, and now also it is the same thing. So, amidst this kind of process between your Iran and USA and this Houthis, your US was directly threatening Iran. Control them, or we will know where to control you. This is the ongoing issue. Now, this Houthis, when they are shooting at the ships, the first term, US President Donald Trump was not as hard as your on Houthis. Specifically, he didn't single out because they were more targeted about your Al Qaeda and those other organizations, which are also having its base of operations here. But in the second term, they have directly held and targeted Houthis, and they have also told that we will make sure we will put them under your terror organization, a foreign terror organization. So, first and foremost, it is affecting the trade of your United States of America and your Mediterranean. And these Houthis have got a good airstrike capability also. Saudi Arabia is also trying to suppress them. US is also trying to suppress them. The rebel organizations within Yemen are also, that is, among themselves are also opposite organizations are also trying to suppress them. But despite that, your Houthis are trying to fight back. Amidst this scenario, and they participating in your Israel Hamas conflict, now USA had created a private chat on Signal, wherein they were discussing plans about wanting to bomb the Houthis, which happened. This issue has come into the limelight is because in this signal, in this chat, which they were talking about wanting to bomb about your Houthis, accidentally the person also added a journalist by mistake. So a journalist was able to get a complete idea of what is going on, what were they talking. Now let's just take this, let's forget how this all happened, etc., for a minute. Let's just say what the journalist found in that chat. He hasn't detailed about the military uh, operations, but rather he has said that the chat consisted of your US Vice President and then your the JD Vance, wherein they were telling that bombing USA, that is bombing of USA into the Houthis, will be more betterment to this European Union or your European member countries rather than America. Time and again, your Europe is always mooching on America. It is always a burden that EU or your European members have to be saved by America. Another member has even gone ahead and commented that yes, I know that Europe always takes advantage of the might of America, but if at all there is anyone who can do this in the world, it is only America. Wherein they've even put some emojis of flexing symbol, US flag, so these kind of things. So the entire talk has come out. The next day, in the press conference, when the journalist asked Donald Trump, US President, as to such a thing happened, the response of US President was, I have no idea what you're talking about. That magazine is either way not very good. What did the magazine tell, or what did this person hear in this signal ka chat? You tell me. He has asked the journalist and come to know, but he has also told that he had no idea of this happening. Now, for this, the Democrats and everyone have pointed out, see, first and foremost, government officials talking on signal is not a bizarre thing, it is a common thing only. But not to an extent of discussing highly crucial information about bombing a particular section. Another thing, let's say if any government official would have lost his phone, his or her phone, then don't you think that information can be accessed by anyone? This person, this journalist, was accidentally added. He, after some time, he explicitly mentioned that it is he was accidentally added and he exited. What if it was someone else apart from the journalist? What if it was someone else who was against these people? Now the Democrats have all started questioning, how can such a breach ever happen? Is this how the country is run? Don't you think this is the high time that someone should look into this? And when White House was asked for official confirmation, did this actually happen? They have confirmed, yes, this did happen. We are looking into this. To which it is an alarming thing. Don't you think so? That anyone can get access to this kind of informations? So this is what the issue is surrounding about. Understanding? Hope you have understood the issue. This is what is presently bringing the topic of your Houthis into the limelight again. Okay, we've come to the end of the content. If you like our content, subscribe to our channel, hit the like button, and share it along with your friends. Thank you.